Our last guest today is a man of many talents. He's an award-winning singer-songwriter, producer, entrepreneur and a philanthropist, always one to spot the next trend. He joined Tania Bryer to discuss his latest projects and how he sees technology shaping the future. Tania.
Yes, thank you so much, Jeff. I caught up earlier with the musician and entrepreneur will.i.am, who told me about how the pandemic has affected his businesses, his projects and his music. Here's what he had to say.
It's affected a couple of my businesses. One, music, we're not touring. So that was a pretty hard blow as far as not being able to travel and play music and give people joy with the music that we make. So being home was hard at first, but then I really started to love staying put because I've been traveling a lot since 1998. So it was the first time that I've been at home for a year. So that was, I started loving it. I began to love it, and I became more creative, staying put. So I started 2 companies, and yeah, it's been pretty, trying to take advantage of time, right? So what COVID was able to do was to give me time to focus on the things that are important. So family, wellness, staying healthy, walking to the office.
Well, you talk about being creative there, Will. Yeah, it's been the best it can be. You've been creative, and of course you launched Supermask. Tell me about that.
Supermask came about around my birthday, 2020. I was in London, March the 15th. I was doing The Voice, and I started panicking about being in the UK, not being able to get back home. And the moment that I anticipated and thought about getting on an airplane with circular air, wearing a fabric mask, I didn't feel comfortable. So I called one of my teams, and we started imagining the Supermask. So I have several teams around the world that I fund and work with. So this particular hardware unit, I said, let's make a mask with air circulation, air filtration, noise cancellation, and a mic shield, so that if you're working on the phone, you're talking on the phone, the mask is not, hindering the person on the other end to not hear you. So we made that mask in about a month and a half, the prototype. Shortly after that, Darius and John from Honeywell saw the mask. It was introduced by Mark Benioff, and we partnered up and launched a Supermask. It sold out in 9 minutes, and now we're waiting for the second installment, the second drop. And yeah, things are going really, really. I don't like to say that things are going really good, because being in the mask business means that the world is the way that it currently is. I wish we didn't have to sell masks. I wish we didn't have to wear masks.
You were one of the judges at the inaugural Smart Toy Awards hosted by the Generation AI project community in partnership with the World Economic Forum. And of course, AI is disrupting in every space. What impact do you think it will have on the toys? And do you think in the right way?
I'm excited about AI toy for kids, but I'm concerned at the same time. I'm excited because, oh my gosh, new technologies are going to come to market. But then the concern comes in where if there's no regulations and guidelines, as this AI toy starts to learn the child and predict and suggest, this means the toy potentially in the next 15 years will be smarter than the parents and gather all this data that could one day hurt the child as the child gets older. Right. So when I was playing with G.I. Joes, I didn't have to worry about the G.I. Joe studying me when I'm like, boom, 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 and doing all this crazy things that kids do. I didn't have to worry about like being digitally judged or analyzed with across data points with facial expressions and what I did after I played the game and how those activities could one day, you know, affect my insurance premiums or be categorized. So the AI Toy Award is starting to put that consciousness in, you know, developers and companies that are dreaming up new toys for kids. Until we have like regulations and guidelines and governance, I think the AI Toy Awards is important to put that consciousness in place.
And of course, the Black Eyed Peas performed live in front of a real audience in Miami. How did that feel?
I'm from LA and I love LA. It's you still have to go into the restaurants wearing a mask for a couple of more weeks. You still have to go to the mall wearing a mask if you go to the mall, right? Masks are still like, we're going out, let's bring your mask. Miami's not like that. Miami's like, yo, wait, you don't have to wear a mask? We inside. Like, I felt very weird being indoors, like, wait, I don't have to wear a mask? Which was beautiful and uncomfortable at the same time. Because you're noticing two different cultures that just came out of nowhere as far as mask wearing and safety and precaution. And I loved it when I was in Miami. But I was worried and super stressed when I was in Miami. And it was like the tale of two cities going on in my head. And the one that gave in was the cautious one. Because my heart just wanted to celebrate and swim in joy. And it was beautiful.
Just finally, Will, what is your message to the world to evolve forward? How would you like to see that happen?
Collaborate, appreciate. And when you collaborate and appreciate, it's automatic that you're going to tolerate and erase the hate. Yeah, that's the way forward. Because collaborate to solve problems. To solve problems, you need to collaborate. And then when somebody comes up with some awesome solutions, you appreciate that person. And then you like want to dig in deep on where that person comes from, and you realize that they're different than you. And so you tolerate that difference because they added something to the conversation. They don't look like you, they don't walk like you, they don't talk like you, but they sure helped you out with their genius mind to solve this problem. And then through that process is what erased the hate. But what started it was the open mind to collaborate.
will.i.am, thank you so much for your time today.